Welcome to
Nay.
Do it.
Channel Everyone. Okay, deep breath. Today we are diving into something that feels like it's straight out of a spy movie. But for data, we're talking about synthetic human mobility data, JJ. For someone who might not know, what even is that?
Think of it like this. Isabel, you have your phone with you, right? It quietly records where you go. The coffee shop, the gym, your workplace, that's a mobility trace. Now, imagine we take millions of these traces and feed them to a very smart AI model. We then ask the model, learn the general patterns of how people move in a city. Then, we tell it to generate completely new, fake mobility data. Data for people who don't exist.
And the big promise is that this fake data, this synthetic data, is useful for researchers and city planners, but doesn't violate anyone's real privacy because the individuals in the data set, they're not real, at least, that's the theory.
Right, so it's trying to solve this classic tug-of-war. On one side, utility. We need good data to build better public transport or track disease spread. On the other side, privacy, because my movement pattern can reveal if I go to a mosque, a clinic, or a political rally, JJ. This new paper introduces a framework for utility. What was missing before?
Excellent question. Previously, many papers would say, look, our synthetic data looks statistically similar to the real data. But that's like judging a cake only by its appearance. This new framework is the taste test. It asks, if you use this synthetic data to solve a specific real-world task, like predicting where traffic jams will occur or optimizing bus routes, does it perform as well as using the real, sensitive data? It moves the question from does it look real to does it work for the job?
And their findings were, frankly, a mixed bag. Some generative models created data that was useful for certain tasks. Others failed spectacularly. It shows that utility isn't one thing. You have to test for the specific utility you need. A model good for public health might be terrible for urban planning.
So that's the utility side. But Jiyoung, you mentioned this is a theory. The paper has a pretty stark warning on the privacy side, doesn't it?
A massive warning. They focus on a specific type of attack called a membership inference attack. Let's break it down. Even though the synthetic data is asterisk new, it was learned from a asterisk real asterisk secret dataset. The attack asks, for a given real person's real mobility data, was their data part of that secret training set used to create the model? If you can answer yes, you've breached privacy. You've confirmed that person was in the sensitive database.
And their key contribution is showing that a certain class of models, called trajectory generative adversarial networks, which were thought to be quite private, are vulnerable to this. An adversary with some background knowledge can design a test to make that inference. This is crucial because the new EU AI Act explicitly says synthetic data generators should be evaluated through adversarial testing. Just like this.
So hold on, let me get this straight. We have these amazing AI tools creating fake mobility data. The new framework helps us check if the fake data is actually useful for real jobs. But at the same time, we're discovering that even the good models might leak information about the real people they learned from. Is the trade-off just broken?
Not broken, but far more complicated than we hoped. It means we can't just generate data and assume it's safe. Privacy isn't a box you tick once, it's an ongoing arms race. You must constantly stress test your models against clever adversaries. The paper is a call for rigor. Don't just celebrate the utility. Actively hunt for the privacy leaks.
Exactly. It's a dual perspective. You must evaluate both sides with equal seriousness. The framework for utility gives us a better report card. The attack shows us where the report card can be forged. The path forward is to build models and evaluation standards that score high on both.
Wow, okay. So the takeaway isn't that synthetic data is doomed. It's that we have to be smarter, more critical, and more thorough in how we build and test it. We need both the builders and the breakers, the creators and the critics.
Precisely, optimism in the technology's potential, but relentless scrutiny of its practical reality.
Thank you both, JJ and Jiyoung, for climbing this ladder with me today. It's a complex but incredibly important landscape.
Thank you, Isabel.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.